Hello, everybody. I want to thank the district for inviting us, I should say, over to go over some pedestrian bicycle safety tips. My name is Sue Danaher. I'm the Community Service Officer for the village, and I'll be presenting this PowerPoint to you. Now, we're at Parker Junior High, so for the junior high, this demonstration was geared more toward the elementary schools. However, as most of you know, I am around the area a lot during arrival and dismissal of school. So I think a lot of these points that I'm going to be making today are going to be very important to the junior high, because I do see a lot of you that aren't doing what you should be doing. Okay, so let's start. All right, so the top tips for crossing the street. Again, look left, right, and left again when crossing the street. Never run or dart out into the street or cross between parked cars. So I want to talk about this one a little bit, okay? You need to look left, look right. You need to know what is coming at you, okay? The part about not crossing between parked cars. Again, I am here a lot during arrival and dismissal, and you've got all these cars parked where there should be, legally parked, but we're having a lot of cars that are stopping in the street. Therefore, you kids are crossing between the parked cars, right in between them. Now, if that driver doesn't see you and starts to back up to leave, you are going to get hit. So who's ever dropping you off, just let them know. They can let you know where they're going to park. They can park over by the park. They can park over on Vern. They can park on Braemar. They should not be stopping in the street to let you in the car. It is very, very dangerous. All right. Make eye contact with drivers before crossing in front of them, and watch out for cars that are turning or backing up. Okay, that being said, when you get to the corner, the intersection, and you're ready to cross, look to your left. Make sure that driver that's coming sees you. Make eye contact. Use your hand, use your arm, wave to him, say, hey, do you see me? I want to cross now. So when that car starts to slow down and stops, you can then start to cross the street, but then you got to look over to your right. You got to make sure whatever oncoming traffic is coming, that they also see you. Don't just assume because that first car stopped that the car coming in another direction is going to stop. Take your time crossing the street. Don't run. Just walk and take your time and make sure everything around you is stopped. It's always best to walk on sidewalks or paths. If there are no sidewalks, walk facing traffic as far to the left as possible. Okay, so for a pedestrian, you all know what a pedestrian, that is somebody who is on foot, either walking or running. Okay, that's a pedestrian. So if you have to walk on the street, stay to the far, far left and see the cars that are coming at you. You're going to walk against traffic. See the cars that are coming at you. That way, if you see somebody getting a little too close to you, you can hop out of the way, okay? Cross streets at corners using traffic signals or crosswalks. Most of the injuries happen when you're crossing in the middle of the block between parked cars because they don't see you. They come up on you too fast, they can't see you, okay? Use the corners, traffic signals, crosswalks. If you are walking when it's dark out, be especially alert. Make sure you are visible to the drivers. Make sure they see you. Wear light or brightly colored clothing and reflective gear. Watch for the cars entering or exiting driveways or backing up in parking lots. Let's hit that parking lots one, okay? It's not even when it's dark. I notice when all of you get out of school, a lot of you congregate at the Quick Mart over there, okay? That's a parking lot. There's a lot of cars in that parking lot picking up kids from school. Don't don't linger in the lot itself. Go up on the sidewalk. You're waiting to get into the store, or you're waiting for your friends. Don't stand in the middle of the parking lot because somebody can hit you, okay? You have to stay on the sidewalk. What I'm going to say to you, all of you are old enough. You are responsible. You are responsible for your own safety. You cannot count on anybody driving their car or anybody else to make sure you're safe. You're old enough. Be responsible for your own safety, okay? And follow these rules. They're good rules. They're good ideas that you should be doing. Let's hit with the bicycle safety. We have a simple saying. Use your head, wear a helmet. It is the single most effective safety device available to reduce any kind of head injury if you were to get hit by a car when you're on your bicycle. Think of it this way. Broken leg, broken arm, those can be fixed. Okay, those can be fixed. But if you don't have a helmet on and something happens to your head, your brain, that could be lifelong injury. Okay, because your brain controls the rest of your body. It tells it what to do. Very important to wear a helmet. We have to save the brain. Okay, I call it the brain bucket. That's what I call the helmet. So really think about it. Ride your bike on the sidewalk and respect all pedestrians. Slow down and make sure they know you are coming behind them. So when you're riding on the sidewalk, you're coming up behind somebody, whether if you have a horn on your bike or whatever, or just talk, say, hey, excuse me, behind you, so they know you're coming, all right? And then stay out of their way and continue on. If there is no sidewalk, ride on the right side of the road with traffic, not against it. So that is different when you're on a bike than when you are walking. Remember, when you're walking facing the traffic so you can see what's coming at you. When you're riding a bicycle, you are required to ride with the traffic, same direction as them. Respect traffic signals, stopping at all signs and stoplights. So when you are riding a bike on the street, you are responsible for the rules of the road, which means if there's a red light, you have to stop. Stop sign, you have to stop. Okay? Just like if you were walking or crossing the street, make eye contact with drivers. Bikers should make sure drivers are paying attention and are going to stop before they cross the street. Look left, right, and left again. So if you're riding your bike and you're trying to cross a street, it's not a law or anything, but it's highly recommended that you get off your bike at that corner, crosswalk, intersection, and walk your bike across. So you can take the time to look left, right, and left again to make sure everybody sees you and that they are stopped. Always look behind you to make sure nobody's turning onto the street either, okay? When riding at dusk, at dawn, or in the evening, again, be bright, use lights. Hopefully, maybe you have lights on your bike, or make sure there's reflectors. So when it is a little darker out, the lights from the car will hit any kind of reflectors on your bike so that it catches the driver's eye and they know you're there. Okay? So any kind of materials to improve your visibility to the motorists. Here's another good one for you junior high kids. Never use electronics while riding your bike. They are distracting. You've got your headphones in, your AirPods in. You really can't hear. You can't hear if somebody yells something or possibly if horns are beeping and then you're listening to your music or talking on the phone. It's very distracting. You should not have those in your ears, okay? Enjoy your earphones, enjoy everything when you get to where you are going safely, okay? So here's a little picture of how to not get hit by a car. These are 7 common ways in which it happens, so let's try not to do them, okay? Phones down, heads up when walking. That's another thing. Like I said, I am all over town during arrivals and dismissals for all the schools. And probably 95% of everybody that's walking has their face in their phone. You can't see anything coming at you. You don't know what's going on around you because you are focused on that phone. Please put the phones down, pick your head up, and see what's going on around you. Don't do it. Take an extra time to cross at the corner, and this is the mid-block. Don't cross in the middle of the block. Find a corner, find a crosswalk, because that's where motorists are going to expect somebody to be crossing, okay, or an intersection. Look left, right, left, crossing, and continue to looking in all directions while crossing. It's always best to walk on sidewalks or paths. No sidewalk. When you're walking, face the traffic and stay away from the vehicles as far as possible. Watch out for cars backing up in parking lots and driveways. All right, there's a lot of driveways in all of our towns here. All the houses have driveways. So when you're coming up to a driveway, just look and make sure that there's nobody backing out because they probably are not going to see you. That's why, again, I say you're responsible for your safety. Know what's going on around you, okay? And again, at the Quick Mart, the parking lots, stay on the sidewalks. Don't be congregating in a group in the middle of the parking lot. It is just way too dangerous. And then pause at each lane of traffic and make eye contact with the drivers. Again, you look left, you get them stopped. You look right, make sure whatever's coming in the opposite direction is stopped. Look left again to make sure that guy is still sitting there. All righty. So, in summary, devices down when crossing, AirPods, your phones, okay? That's all distracting and can be very dangerous. Make eye contact with the drivers. Again, look at them, wave your hand if you don't think they see you, just so that they see you and they start to slow down and stop. And always use the crosswalk when it is available. There's some areas that, you know, you may not see a crosswalk, but at any corner, crosswalk, or intersection, that's where a motorist is going to expect to see somebody to try to cross the street. They're not going to expect you in the middle of the street. Okay? So that's all I have for you right now. If you have any questions and your teachers would like at any time for me to come in and do a special presentation, if you have a lot of questions, which probably you will not, I would be more than happy to come in and do anything that your teacher or you, the students, would need me to do. Okay, so you have a great day and thank you for listening to me.